Hello, I'm Jagan from Grow with Data. Welcome to the Crack SQL Interview in 50 question series. In this video series, we'll practice 50 SQL questions across various topics. You can use the playlist Crack SQL Interview in 50 questions to follow the videos related to this series. For each video in the series, you can find the related code on my GitHub. Feel free to explore the code and provide any feedback in the comment section. Now let's dive into the 41st video of the series, and this is the fifth question related to the topic subqueries. Let's see the data and you can go over the question in detail. So we are given a table request accepted. Let's create the table. So this table has the social media data where the user sends a friend request and those requests got accepted. So if you see this data set, the first info what we get is user 1 sends couple of friend requests, and of those 2 and 3 accepted the friend request, and user 2 sent a friend request and user 3 accepted the friend request, and user 3 sends a friend request which was accepted by user 4. Considering this scenario, how many friends we have for user 1? We got 2 and 3. So total number of users 2. For user 2, we got friend as 3. So number of users 1. For the final friend, user 3 got friend as 4. So we got number of users as 1. So considering this, user 1 got the maximum number of friends. So I have to bring in that data. So how will I use it? Let's comment this out. And we can consider this. Select the requester ID as the user, and I can just count the acceptor ID, how many people accepted the friend request, as friends count from the request accepted table. Since I use aggregation, I'll say group by 1. So I got the requested ID and the total accepted and group by the request ID. So I will get all the users and how many friends they got. So user 1 got 2, 2 and 3 got 1. Great. Now how will I get the user with more friends? I can simply say order by 1, 2, descending, 2 is the count, and then say limit 1. So limit 1 will give me the top record, right? Since I order based on the friends count descending, the user who got more friends comes as the first record and I get limit 1. So in this SQL, I have two problems. The one is at the coding level. So what if there are more than one user have the same number of friends? Like for example, user 1 and user 3 got a new friend. Then the number of count is going to be 2. So user 1 and 2 got the same number of friends count. So if I use this query, what will happen? If I say limit 1, only one user is going to come. So even though I order based on the count, it can be 1 or 2. So any one user will come. So this will restrict the data. So how will I fix it? I simply say use this as a CTE table with all users, as create this as a CTE table, and I'm going to say select user from all users where the friends count is equal to select max of friends count from the all users table, right? So given this scenario, I can just move a little bit so I get some space. Okay. So in this scenario, if I run it, I get user 1 as the user. Since the data is not inserted yet, you can simply say Even though if you have more than one user, we get the maximum friends count from that CTE table and get all the users who got those friends count. So this will fix the code issue. But there is one more scenario, like user 1 send friend request and 2 and 3 accepted. So user 1 got friends 2 and 3. The same way user 2 accepted the friend request. So he got 1 as his friend also, right? So user 3 accepted a friend request. So 1 got a friend 3. The same way user 3 accepted a friend request. So 1 became friend for 3. So when you go with this, it's a bidirectional. So instead of going with this basic, we're going to say user 2 accepted by user 3. So 3 also is going to get friend. Same way, user 2 accepted 1. So 1 is become the friend for 2. So 3 and 1 became friends. So user 2 got 2. Now 3 accepted 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 became their friends, 1 and 2. So now the friend count is going to be 3. Now we got a new record. User 4 accepted user 3's friends request. So we got one more user in the list. So this got one user. Now if you see who got more friends, it's going to be user 3 who got user 4 as the friend by a friend request and user 2 and 1 by accepting the friend request. So user 3 is the one who has to get the data. So it's a bidirectional, not unidirectional. So how will I bring that bidirectional here? I can simply add another data set un. So here I can use the same code. Instead of requester ID, I say bring me the acceptor ID level data and count the requester ID as friends count. So now if I run this, I have to get user 3, right? So when I run this, I get user 3, also user 1. But user 1 got only 2 friends, 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 is what the only friends. So how comes the SQL brings 1 and 3? The problem is the SQL is not complete. If I run this CTE table alone, okay, if I run only the CTE table, what will I get? So I have to get all the users and their friends count, right? 2, 2, 3, and 1. Instead of that, I get two data sets. One is from the first select statement. The other one is from the second select statement. Both are union all. If you want to see it properly, you say fs flag, comma, you say group by 1, 2. This you can say second as flag, comma, group by 1, 2. So if I run this, the F is the first select statement, which got user 1, 2, and 3 and their friends count, right? So user 1, 2, and 3 and their friends count matches. The second one, user 2, 3, and 4 with the same friends. Like 2, we got 1 record, 3, we got 2 records, 4, we got 1 record, right? So that is what is showing up here. It's not aggregated at the user level. It still stand alone. So what we have to do, we have to bring a table on top of it. Select user, comma, since you already did the count, we just say sum. So you add both the friends count as friends count from the CTE table. So I don't want to bring in the flag, but okay. So if I run this, the alias name, group by, since I use sum, I have to say group by user. So now if you see, it's got aggregated based on the user. Now user 1 got 2 friends, user 2 got 2 friends, user 3 got 3 friends, 4 got 1 friend. Now the data got aggregated. So what I have to do, I have to create a aggregation on top of this CTE table from this group by one. And then I have to use that aggregated CTE table. Now, if I run the query, I'll get user 3 who got 3 friends here, right? So we started with a single select statement. Looks like data was good. And then we realized it's not a one directional, it's a bi-directional. Both the sides we get the friends. So we put the union all. Even then we got wrong record because it's not aggregated at the user level. It's aggregated at a separate SQL. So we did the aggregation on top of the initial SQL and then used that as a CTE table. So the query looks good and we got the data, but we are pulling in some unwanted data. If you see this, we do a count here and then do a sum here. Two level of aggregation. Do we really need that? I don't think so. So basically what I'm going to do is get me all the records for the requester ID. That means if there are 10 users who accepted, that means I'm going to have 10 records. I don't have to aggregate it. Bring me all those records. Same way, you bring me all the records as the accepted ID level. If I have 10 records, that means there are 10 requests which got accepted. So those are the friend count. So get me that and then you count those records, which is going to be the friend request. And then if I run it, I have to get this A group by one. So what is the error? Unknown column. Oh yeah. So here we don't have the friend request, we have the user. So if I run this, I got the same result. So basically, I don't have to do the count and then go for the sum of those friend count. I simply say bring in all the records at the user level and then bring in all the records at the acceptor level, request and acceptor, and just do the count of those records. Basically, that will give me the number of friends. Again, count star will work, right? I don't have to bring in unwanted uh, column and then do the aggregation and then go for the sum of it, right? So it's a simple select statement. If you want to see this code, you have to go to the Grow with Data YouTube channel. You go to the playlist. This will be the Crack SQL Interview 50 questions playlist. If you want to see the Tamil version of it, you have Tamil Crack SQL Interview 50 questions. So if you go into the playlist, you can see all the videos related to that series. So if you go to the description part, you have the GitHub link, which will take you to the code base where you have the create statement and the select statement. So this one is the 41st video and you can see the create statements and the select statement. Okay. So if you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there is a link here. You can use this and join Growth Data WhatsApp channel. You can get the update faster. Okay. Now you have seen the code, you know where to get the base. So hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.